U.S.-Russia prisoner exchange.
This is an incredible day. To see it in the families, in their eyes, and in their cries.
Kamala's popularity continues to climb, raising $310 million in July.
The greatest strength that we share is unity, especially at this moment, as we stand together in defense of democracy.
Kamala Harris clip about young people. Fact or fiction?
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
Olympic news. 46-second fight controversy. Swimmer collapses after competition. Korean athletes get great perks. Female Polish tennis all-star gets hit by ball. Trust me, it's more interesting than it sounds. And in world news, in the Philippines, municipal mayor accused of espionage disappears.
Some senators are suggesting that she might be an undercover agent of China.
All this and more today on I'm Serious.
I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you so salty? I'll still take a bite.
Okay, we can take my Lambo. I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle? We be faster than Django.
I'm gonna take you on a ride.
Good day to you all. This is Rita.
And me? I'm Rex Jester, here to bring you the latest news that tickles our fancy in a not-so-serious manner.
It looks like we have a lot to cover today.
You're absolutely right, Rita. And I know our less than 20 viewers are anxious to hear about it all. So let's get right down to it and start with America first. We have some great breaking news. America has recovered 3 Americans being held prisoner in Russia. Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, security consulate and ex-Marine Paul Whelan, and journalist Alsu Kamersheva all returned home to the U.S. after being held in Russia.
Who did they exchange in return?
There hasn't been a lot of focus on that, but I did manage to get a list. Vadim Krasikov, a Russian hitman responsible for the murder of Zelenkin Kengoshvili. Vadim Konoshekov, accused of being part of a scheme to provide sensitive American-made electronics and ammunition to Russia. Vladislav Klyushin, who was part of an elaborate hack-to-trade scheme that netted approximately $93 million through security trades based on confidential corporate information stolen from U.S. computer networks.
Is that all? Anyone else?
You know, I'm having a real problem pronouncing these names. But yes, there are more. Roman Seleznev, a convicted hacker and credit card fraudster who is serving a 27-year sentence in the U.S. Artem and Anna Dultsev, Mikhail Mikushin, and Pavel Rubtsov, all convicted Russian spies. So if my math is correct, that's a total of 8 releases for the Russians.
I'm proud of you for saying those names.
Yeah, just don't make me say them again. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris greeted them as they arrived in America. Biden also decided to check out the inside of the empty plane. Later, Harris spoke to reporters about the ordeal.
A president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy and strengthening alliances. It's an incredible day. You can see it in the families, in their eyes, and in their cries.
The president doesn't look too excited.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I guess now that everybody knows about his mental decline, he's just decided to go with it.
Agreed.
Our next story is about Kamala Harris's continuing popularity. Let's take a quick look at the buzz in town.
Give me your sense of the vice president's appeal. What's it all about to these young voters?
Well, first off, I want to say those numbers are freaking out Republicans because she is so popular with young voters. And in 2022, when young people came out in record numbers, they came out so favorably for Democrats, they canceled out the Republican boomer vote. She is like fire online.
She's ahead in Pennsylvania by 3 points, right? So I think the way to think about it, it's a close competitive election. I think we've got a slight advantage. And then we're likely to pick up more and gain as we pick a VP and go through our convention in the coming weeks. So I would much rather be us than them today.
We covered this the other day, didn't we? She wasn't very popular before.
I know. That's the astounding part. I actually wrote an article about it on X. The link is in the description below. Harris hasn't been the most popular person in her tenure as VP. Let's take a quick look. Here's a couple of articles from 2022, 2023, and then there's this year, 2024.
And now she's more popular than ever?
Appears to be. I had some speculations about this, which is again covered in my article. But needless to say, she's flying high right now.
What's our next story?
In my opinion, this is a very interesting story with a strange twist. I think I need to set it up first. It all started when I saw this.
The early data suggests that Kamala Harris could turn in a near Obama-level youth vote performance.
We just talked about that in our last story.
Indeed we did. But when I saw this, I remembered a video clip that I had seen on the YouTube channel Officer Tatum. His channel is in the description below.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
That sounds hypocritical.
It does, but there's more. Attached to this video was a fact check from Reuters. Here's what it said.
Fact check. Clip of Harris calling young people stupid. Lacks context.
So I decided to take a look at the original full video. Here's what she said after the last clip ended.
And then we looked at the fact of the young men who are in the program. So many are dads, not necessarily married to mom, and they owe child support. Here's what we're going to do. If mom agrees, we will erase dad's arrears, put him on a payment schedule he can afford because we're getting him a job. And by the way, participant, this little form is called a 1040 EZ. Because you got a job, you're about to start paying taxes.
She still sounds like she's saying the same thing.
Not only that, when I watched the whole video, I found this gem.
This is what I love about being elected. Because basically, you don't have to ask anybody permission.
Well, that backfired.
That's what I was thinking.
Debunking people who control the narrative is your guilty pleasure.
I guess so. Let's jump out of this segment and move on to sports. I get less trolled when I cover sports.
More Olympics stories?
You betcha.
Anything more on female boxing?
Well, just that statement alone is controversial now. In the beginning, it was hard to find any news covering this, but now it's gone viral. Legacy Media has been defending and deflecting.
How so?
I'm not going to get into it here. Just type in women's Olympic boxing in any search engine, and you'll see for yourself. I want to get into our first fight with the alleged male against the alleged female.
Is this going to be a long story?
Nope, not at all. It'll be less than a minute. Just like the fight. The fight between Algerian boxer Imani Khalif and Italian boxer Angela Carini finished after a mere 46 seconds. After a powerful blow to the nose, Angela conceded in tears, saying she couldn't go on.
Tightened in. Solid straight right hand from Khalif there.
That looked brutal.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to get into the ring with Khalif, but there is some good news about this story.
What's that?
I've bet the house on Khalif winning the gold.
Good grief. Next story.
We have a story about Korea. First, the Paris Olympic organizers are offering a deep apology to South Korea about this.
Olympic organizers have issued a deep apology after South Korea's athletes were mistakenly introduced as North Korea at the opening ceremony. Both the French and English announcers introduced them as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the official name of North Korea. Now, the announcer used the same introduction when the North Korean delegation passed. South Korea's National Olympic Committee immediately referred the incident to the Games organizers and requested that the error will not be repeated.
On top of that was this story. So many young people become Olympic athletes for the challenge, for the glory, for the chance to be the best in the world. Well, South Koreans get a bonus. They're exempt from military if they make it to the Olympics. That's one heck of a perk.
That's something I would have expected from North Korea.
That's what I thought, but nope, it's south. I guess not having to guard the demilitarized zone is incentive enough. Our next story has something to do with the Seine River. Slovakian swimmer Tamara Potoka collapsed after the qualifying heat of the women's 200-meter event.
The river?
Apparently not. No, Tamara, who is asthmatic, suffered from an asthma attack, causing her to collapse after the heat.
I'm sure that was a relief.
Yeah, if I was in charge there, I would have been freaking out if a swimmer collapsed after the stories of the polluted water had been in the headlines for days.
So she's okay now?
Yes, glad to say she's doing fine now. Okay, last story for sports. It's kind of silly, I think.
What's that?
In women's tennis, Iga Swiatek gets hit by a ball in her match and is called insincere by American opponent Danielle Collins.
Really? This is a story?
I thought it was kind of funny. Polish tennis player Iga Swiatek fell to her knees after being hit by a ball by her opponent, American Danielle Collins. Allegedly, Collins had some choice words for Swiatek.
I thought I was the one with a potty mouth.
Yeah, me too. Later on, the match would end with Collins having to quit and retire due to problems with stomach muscle. Neither athlete would comment on the drama that happened on the court.
A very dramatic episode today.
It is, and now we have a story that sounds like a Tom Clancy novel, and could have been written by Tom Clancy himself. This is part of our world news. So this story is out of the Philippines. Politician and municipal mayor Alice Guo is under investigation of being a Chinese spy.
The mayor of a small town in the Philippines is raising suspicions about her background and nationality. Some senators are suggesting that she might be an undercover agent of China.
This does sound intriguing.
Alice Guo had won the election and was presiding as mayor of the municipality of Bamban in the Philippines when, in January, accusations emerged that she was involved in espionage.
Filipino senators questioned her about her ties with an offshore gamer operator. The mayor was unable to clarify details such as her early life and her background. She acquired a birth certificate at the age of 17 and claims that she had no hospital birth records because she was born at home. The 37-year-old has also disparities in her background that she is unable to explain. Guo has no school record and claims that she was home tutored. Pogo has been accused of human trafficking, cyber scams, hacking and surveillance of government agencies in Philippines.
That's crazy.
Indeed. Now, after a warrant went out for her arrest, she disappeared, with many speculating how or why she vanished. Once again, I've written an article about this that is also available on X. The link is in the description below.
Sounds good. Any more news?
Well, that about does it. But don't worry, we will have more next week.
So let's sign off. I'm Rita.
And I'm Rex. If you can, please like and subscribe.
Don't be too serious.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Trump.
Thank you very much, Meredith. I'm a big fan of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but let me just say that if I really wanted to be a millionaire, I'd just burn half my money because I'm already a billionaire. That's billion with a B.
All you have to do tonight, Mr. Trump, is to answer the first question correctly, and you'll have proved that you're the more mentally capable candidate.
That's true, Meredith. I look forward to showing you and all of the fine people watching at home what a high IQ presidential candidate looks like. I have such a high IQ. You know, some say maybe even the highest ever.
Well, all right then, Mr. Trump. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? All right, here we go. Question 1 for $100. Which of these mathematical structures is used to describe the quantum state space of a system of indistinguishable fermions? A. Hilbert space, B. Banach space, C. Fock space, or D. Clifford algebra?
This is the first question.
Yes.
And this is the easiest question that I'll be getting all night.
That's how the show works.
So the answer to this question is like common knowledge. I have just the right guy to call. He goes by the name of Elon Musk. Maybe you've heard of him.
Okay, we have Elon on the line now, Mr. Trump. You will have 30 seconds and your time starts now.
Elon, which of these mathematical structures is used to describe the quantum state space of a system of indistinguishable fermions? A. Hilbert space, B. Banach space, C. Fock space, or D. Clifford algebra?
Just give me a second. I'm waiting for my Neuralink to finish downloading the answer into my brain. Okay, yeah, so the answer is...
Ooh, bad luck, Donald. Your time just ran out.
Meredith, what the hell are you talking about? There was at least 5 seconds on that clock.
No. Our fact-checkers have confirmed that your time did in fact run out.
Let me ask the audience.
Okay, audience members, pick up your keypads and vote now. This may take a little longer than usual this week as we're partnering with a charity who will be sending in mail-in audience votes.
Mail-in audience votes? Do I at least get to know the charity?
The Ohio Center for the Mentally Disabled.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ooh, looks like no clear winner there, doll. The disabled mail-in votes may have skewed that a little bit.
You think? All right, give me the 50-50.
Certainly. Computer, take away 2 wrong answers and leave Donald with the correct answer and 1 remaining wrong answer.
Oh, come on. This is so totally rigged.
You have no peer-reviewed evidence to support that claim, Mr. Trump.
That's because it just fucking happened. I might as well just take a guess. All right. C, final answer.
Donald, you had $0. And I'm afraid you still have $0. It's the wrong answer. It is, of course, B, Foxbase.
You just switched those answers. You and your showrunners, you should be ashamed of yourselves. This is a total con job. You are a fake game show.
Mr. Trump, I am not going to allow you to keep spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories on air like this. Now, before we go, I'd like to once again thank the George Soros Foundation for providing tonight's questions. Good night.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to